What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm the leader of the Scentless Fire Clan, Tsubaki, and today, 30 minutes before, the maintenance comes out of maintenance, but, knowing Legends, probably going to be like another hour, but hopefully it does come up at 5 and they don't need to do any additional stuff. But I did a recording of this prior, a little earlier, but my mic was muted. So we're going to try and do this again, and I'm only doing this, yes, I know what time it is, but I just want to get right into the showcases when she drops. That way there's no time for anything. We just show the equipment and we just go on with it. Main ability is really good. She gets a special card, health and ki, which is really good for any unit, giving health and ki back, and she nullifies unfavorable element factor, which is actually going to be really good for the mono purple matchup. Androids is getting a very nice buff with this unit. We're all hoping she's green. She gets strike damage with every Saiyan, against every Saiyan in the game. And when she comes into the battle, she gets 70% of damage inflicted, and she reduces damage by 30%. I do wish these two cannot be canceled instead of cannot be stacked, simply because I don't think there's wrong with stackable damage, but she does come in with it, and it, just because it gets nullified doesn't mean you can't get it back when she comes back in. But I do wish that it was uncancelable. That way she always had constant damage, and it couldn't be stacked. So I wish it was cannot be stacked and cannot be canceled. That way you weren't using any sub count manipulating type of units just to come back in and get stackable damage. So I do like this. I just wish it could not be canceled. This is my favorite part about this unit. This and her green card, which we'll get into. She, when she swapped the standby, she has swap out buffs, which is really going to be really good for the team. 25 ki, 20% damage inflicted, and, it's going to be for 20 timer counts. This is going to be really good for Zenkai 21, who on swap in comes in with a strike card, so she'll be getting damage, and not to mention with her passives working together, she'll be getting that health restoration off of her strike cards. She'll be coming in with a strike card like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the purple one. And that's another reason why I kind of like 21 Zenkai, because she's like the Super Saiyan 3 of the Android tag, but she also has health restoration behind those strike cards, so she's going to be restoring or help aiding her health restoration with each strike, and that's going to be like really good for the team. Her second passive, plus 20% to all arts costs for 3 timer counts. It's going to be really good because anytime, you swap in, let's say you're in the middle of a combo with a Saiyan unit, with this unit out, you swap into another one to try and finish things off, you're going to be spending a lot of ki, and if you're not ready to do so, you're going to have to cut the combo short until the 3 timer counts are over. Yes, it's only 3 timer counts, but that is going to be a lot, considering with each strike card, it stops the timer just for like a split second between dashes and side steps to continue the combo. This is like really good because she kind of has that Kid Buu, Kale and Khalifa type feel, and you're going to see in a minute when we get to her green card. When she evades enemy attack with a vanishing step, restores ki by 25, which is going to be really good. She gets 40% damage inflicted, so she's going to have that 70%, and that 40, it cannot be stacked because, it's a swap in, but she's going to be having 110% to pure damage, not just, let me check, so that I don't make a mistake. Yeah, pure damage for 15, go back up. Doesn't say when it goes away, just says it can't be canceled. So yeah, she's gonna have basically 110% to her pure damage for 15 timer count. She does get card draw speed, and when we look at her green card, I think her green card is really going to be the best part of her character when she comes out, because when she's going to reduce damage, sustain damage by 15% 3 times, which is how many times you can use her green card to get the 70% of restoration. Her blue card, Major Explode, minus 50 to health restoration. That's going to be really good now that, the Zenkai 21 is starting to make an appearance, and she has type nullification, so she can tank a decent hit, hopefully, In the first recording, I was saying I hope her stats come out and she's going to be really good, because if her stats are bad and her abilities are going to be really good, it's not going to balance out the unit, and there's going to be some type of issue that goes into that. Her green card, 10% to strike damage for herself and allies for 20 timer counts. It's going to be really good. She's a really nice support, and it does not say that it cannot be stacked. So if you were in a situation where you have 2 or more green cards, 20-30% to her strike damage and her ally strike damage, which is something the team really needed, because as of recently I did start maining the Android tag, and from what I've been using the team from, when it comes to this new meta, they do not put up like high numbers. They do damage, don't get me wrong, they do really nice damage, but you're kind of playing a long grind game. This will then give them a little more damage that'll put them up to scale with something similar to LOE. Not going to say anything like Mono Purple or Fusion Warriors, because those are like the really high damaging teams in the game, as you've seen in that quote unquote tier list that Game Press made. Ultra Gogeta is the best character in the game, which is undisputed without a doubt, with Sword of Hope Trunks and Goku and Vegeta. Her Z ability, strike, attack, and defense for androids or girls, which is going to be really good because the team is going into a more strike based format. Now with the Red 21, it's not going to necessarily be a benefit for her, but I do feel as though, and this is my argument, that with Red 21's green cards, switching those cards to blast cards, it helps out because you can combo with the 2 of them. Not to mention, if 18 does come out to be green like we all want her to, she will then cover the Red 21. The only thing I am sad about is the fact that if she is green, she's taking Good 21's spot, and Good 21 has 2 cover rescues, which is something that the team could really benefit from, seeing as though their 1 revive unit was the first and oldest. I do feel as though, like LOE, we are getting free units, but I do hope that with all this going on, if you were watching one of the streams earlier, you will know that there is a limit break banner coming out, so you know how those usually work. There's going to be something really hype coming out, and I hope that it's going to benefit towards androids, a tag unit per se. Some were thinking tag 17 and 18 from the future that killed Future Gohan, and some, and there was one that I recently saw off Reddit where they were buffing LOE and androids, so people might have been thinking that we were going to get a Golden Frieza and Android 17, which I actually would not mind that, because we actually haven't seen any tournament power stuff in the game for quite some time. But all in all, her kit is looking really good. I hope her stats come out and it's going to be really good for a free-to-play unit. I hope she's green. She's really going to tie up that bow that Android needs to take that competitive push to see what's going to come out for the next banner for her. If you guys like what you see here, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment on the channel, it does help for the algorithm. Hit that notification bell so you always know when my non-existent videos get posted. Second time's the charm. Hope you guys heard me, and this is going to be your leader dismissing you. See you next time.